guests are from Carver Academy. With me, I have the principal, Linda Brown, and a teacher and magnet coordinator, Betty Hyatt. The Carver Academy is a communication arts magnet elementary school. It serves the preschool through 6th grade levels, and recently the school was recognized nationally with the prestigious National Magnet School of Excellence Award. The LA Times recognized Carver as one of the 60 great elementary schools, and Apple Computer recognized Carver for its innovative use of technology in the classroom. Tonight we're going to look at one particular program known as the Carver Academy Enrichment Clusters, where children and adults with a similar interest are brought together in small groups to explore topics outside the curriculum. Thank you so much for coming this evening.
You're welcome. It's good to be here.
Good evening.
Well, maybe you can kind of, first, Linda, you can explain what the enrichment clusters are. What's like an overview for people who wouldn't have any clue of what the program is?
Enrichment clusters are an opportunity for children to select a topic that they're interested in, something that's outside the regular curriculum that they would like to learn about. From that, we solicit volunteers from the community, from the school, to facilitate those clusters and give children a chance to participate in learning something that they're very interested in.
Wow, that sounds like an awesome opportunity for the kids. They must get very excited about that.
They absolutely do. The attendance rate on the day of enrichment clusters is very high.
Oh, wow. Betty, how long has the program been going on?
This is actually our 4th year since we became a magnet school,
Okay.
and we adopted the school-wide enrichment model.
So was that something that was coincided with becoming a magnet school?
Yes, when we became a magnet school and adopted the school-wide enrichment model, which is a model of instruction out of the University of Connecticut, part of that model is the enrichment cluster program, which was created by Joseph Renzulli, and we have sent teachers to the University of Connecticut for training on this program.
Excellent. So 4 years that this program's been going on, and how often do the students participate in the clusters?
Right, we do 2 enrichment cluster modules, one in the fall and one in the spring. It lasts for 6 weeks, and they meet for 1 hour each week.
Okay, so about 6 hours of instructional time or exploratory time.
What's really unique is that it's within the school day, and that way we have every child at the school participating all at the same time.
And that in itself was pretty impressive to say we have 100% participation,
Right.
Unless a kid is absent. Linda, how many different types of clusters? Since every child is interacting, how many different clusters do you have?
Each cluster module, we have between 40 and 50 different clusters.
Wow. That's a lot to manage and put together, that's for sure. Well, what are some of the ones that you've had maybe recently or even in the past?
We've had clusters that cover every topic imaginable, from different foreign languages, different types of dancing, cooking, athletic clusters. We've had a fly fishing module.
Wow.
We've had golf. We've had students learn anything that you can imagine to study. We have a group of ladies who bring in their sewing machines.
Oh, wow.
And the children have stitched items such as wall hangings and purses. We've had a knitting cluster that was held all in Spanish.
Interesting. So that almost kind of becomes dual in some ways, you know?
It absolutely does. Interesting in the knitting cluster that we had boys sign up for that one.
Oh, that's great. You know, sometimes I imagine you might want to predict some certain things like, oh, this might appeal more to this age group or this type of student, but you might be surprised in the types of things that students are interested in.
Mm-hmm. The children are all surveyed before a module starts to identify their interests, and from that point, Mrs. Hyatt and a team of staff works to find people who are willing to facilitate those topics of interest.
Okay, so the students produce the topic interest, and then you go looking for people who could serve those areas,
Right.
as opposed to maybe a model like a course catalog at a university where it's these are the courses we offer and we're going to plug you in. It's the exact opposite.
And it's somewhat
way.
a combination of both.
Okay.
That we find what they're interested in, and we find adults that have interest, and then we try to match the students with an adult that are interested in the same topic.
Now, does it work across grade levels, or are they kind of set by grade levels?
We do try to make the clusters cross-grade, so we really leave that up to the cluster facilitator. They not only get to decide their area of interest, they get to decide how many students they'd like to have in the cluster and what age level they would like. So we have some of our clusters kept within the primary grades or the upper grades, and some of the other clusters are cross-grade at a wider range.
Now you mentioned a facilitator, cluster facilitator, and I know that every teacher on the campus, does that include administrators?
Every staff member.
And so that would certificated and classified
Yes.
employees, and also outside community volunteers. There's the cluster facilitators in some cases. Luckily, we have via the Unite Show satellite, we have some people, a cluster facilitator for the French Academy and a teacher, Mrs. Fraser, available, and we're going to beam over to them and get a chance to talk to them now. Bonjour.
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 How's the weather there in old Paris?
Oh, it's beautiful in Paris.
Is it? You guys are so lucky. We're just here in old Cerritos, but you know. Well, but we've taken you away from your French studies to ask you about the enrichment clusters at Carver Academy. And Mrs. Fraser, you've been involved at Carver for how many years?
Well, I've been at Carver for 20 years, but I've been involved with from the very beginning.
Okay. And have you taught, how many different types of clusters have you taught?
Wow,
Or facilitated with?
Mostly I facilitated the French cluster, but in the past I've also taught a Shakespeare cluster and one on the history of rock and roll.
Wow, excellent.
Yeah.
Varied tastes.
A lot
I like
of fun.
That. I like that. And Frank, you are involved in which, or facilitating in which cluster?
I'm facilitating the French classes only. I was lucky enough to be born in France, so it comes pretty easy to me.
Excellent. Now, you don't have any children at Carver Elementary, right?
No, I don't.
And I think this is one of the things that's really important for people to know is that the enrichment clusters offer a chance for people like yourself who maybe have something that a passion for to share. Is that kind of how your experience has been so far?
Oh, it's a wonderful experience. I know the kids really enjoy it, and that's just fantastic for me. When I see in their eyes that they're so happy learning new French words and going through the classes, it's as enriching for me, I think it is, as for the kids.
Now, how did you get involved? How did you find out about it?
Through friends. I'm good friends with Mr. and Mrs. Fraser, so they told me about it, and I thought I could really bring something to the table with the French. So that's how I got involved.
Excellent. And you know, the program is 1 hour a day over 1 day a week over 6 weeks. So you really only get 6 hours worth of time with them. Do you find that really they grow so much in what seems like a small amount of time?
They grow tremendously. It's amazing to see how much they can learn and take in a period of 6 hours. They're just like sponges. You teach them something, and I'm just amazed to come back a week later, and after just 1 hour with them, they'll remember colors, they'll remember numbers, they'll remember maybe not exactly the right word, but the sounds, and it just comes back to them so fast. It's very amazing.
That is great. Well, you know what? Let's take a look at the French Academy now. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Bonjour, mes amis. We are from the French Academy, and we would like to share a little bit of what we learned. Je m'appelle Jessica. Hello, my name is Jessica. Et moi, je m'appelle Victoria. Hello, my name is Victoria. Quelle heure est-il? What time is it, Victoria? It est 5 heures. It is 5 o'clock. Bonjour, je m'appelle Holly. Hello, my name is Holly. Bonjour, je m'appelle Diana. Hello, my name is Diana. Quel âge as-tu, Diana? How old are you, Diana? J'ai 7 ans. I am 7 years old.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Duke. Hello, my name is Duke.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Daniel. Hello, my name is Daniel.
Quoi fais-tu, Daniel? What are you doing, Daniel?
Je vais le français. I am learning French. Bonjour, je m'appelle Genevieve. Hello, my name is Genevieve.
We can count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Au revoir.